start with an open overview, and then Ron will go through the methodology assessment. After hearing the comments, I did want to point out that in the commissioner's books, there's a tab called Computational Cost Letter to the Commissioners. That's been on the website and available in terms of a breakdown. Item 2D talks about vehicles. Those vehicles are $45,000 this year. And on the second page, when we break it down, we cover the three leased vehicles in the 4 Lakes Task Force. And in Appendix B, we explain the dam operations and maintenance. These are for vehicles that always have, and any more vehicles than that. We have 3 vehicles for the operations people that go up and down to manage the safety, monitor the dams, do the maintenance of these dams as required. I do not have a car out of the 4 Lakes Task Force here, Mr. Hanson, or Mr. Delaney, or any of the board members. The board members from the Lake Association receive no money or compensation at all, and neither do I for that activity. So I just want to make sure we're clear on this. This reporting is accurate, open to the public. It's reviewed by Yo and provided to you. So we continue to have this view that we offer money or we get money out of this, and we're volunteers, and we appreciate all the people in the community here that have volunteered with us to get to the point where we can restore the lakes. And we've been pretty clear that it's not the property owner's fault. The private dam owners have the primary obligation to protect the public and the environment, and first, to enforce the regulations to deal with the prevention and recovery if there was a failure. And the reality is the owner left his obligations behind the bankruptcy and left us to now work through this and claw our way back in terms of coming to a point that we can restore the dam. And I recognize that based on the surveys that we've done, that 90% of the people that support rebuilding the dam, 75% are willing to pay some level of assessment, and that 25% that is unwilling to pay, a great majority believe it's because somebody else can pay. Prior to the dam failures, all dams required improvements and repairs. Unfortunately, even with the revenue from hydropower, it was clear the model for improving the dams was not sustainable under the FERC regulations and voice hydro's control. This was a fundamental issue that led the Lake Association to seek a public solution to preserve the 4 lakes and approach the counties, and led the counties of Midland and Gladwin to take legal action to gain control. The legal process here employed under Michigan law, Part 307 of the Natural Resource Environmental Protection Act, permits counties to transition from private dam ownerships to public dam ownerships, and to establish a special assessment district to fund the acquisition, capital improvement, operations, and maintenance of the dams. After the May 2020 dam failure occurred, as I said, the private dam owner basically escaped under bankruptcy his obligations, and the community found a way over the last 2 years, and I'm very proud of what we've done, to come to a place where we're back to the point where we have a financial plan, and we're ready to start construction on the restoration of the lakes towards the end of this year. Since the failure, the federal government, by the time of the recovery effort is done, which is late 2023, will have contributed $30 million, and the state of Michigan has granted to date $225 million for recovery, restoration of the dams and the lakes. In addition, our 4 Lakes Task Force has received $5 million in private donations and grants, and there's been a significant amount of help from all the volunteers to make this happen and continue to move forward with the project. While this lessens the burden to those in the 4 Lakes Special Assessment District, we recognize it doesn't eliminate it. And so we're showing numbers here. We're still looking for funds and resources, but we have $200 million, and we need to move forward. This is a large and diverse lake system. 4 Lakes Task Force has spent a significant amount of time and effort in developing an appropriations methodology that addresses that diversity, to assess the cost based on the benefits derived from private properties, and as Joe pointed out, as well as political subdivisions, which include counties, townships, and villages, and we'll look at that under the general plans. It also allows us to assess state-owned lands within the 4 Lake Special Assessment District, and prior to the finalization of the methodology, we gathered substantial public input that almost covered this presentation. We appreciate the county commissioners and their continued support establishing the legal aid levels and the restoration of the 4 lakes. It is our recommendation of the past board, the county's delegated authority, that the county pass the resolution before them, approve the computational costs and assessment roll for operations and maintenance for 2022, 23, and 24, which is needed to restore the dams and lakes, and approve the capital project plan at $250 million. The plan to restore the lakes is in the best interest of the lake communities and the counties. It's supported by most of the community, and it's time to start restoration and construction of the dams to bring the lakes back. Thank you. As I mentioned in the board package, there's an operational and maintenance computational cost in there. The report was provided to the board June 13th, available to the public at approximately the same time as included in your package. It's a 3-year assessment of $4,692,000 with the annual assessment evenly spread over 22, 23, and 24 for $1,564,000. There is a one-time cost of $490,000 to set up the special assessment district. This is a structure with over 8,000 parcels and 6,000 property owners. It's probably one of the more complex special assessment districts in the state. So we define. We expect to. We also want to be transparent that operational maintenance is going to be around forever. No federal agency would grant, or state agency would grant, or the county should accept dam repair or raising a lake without a clear financial plan how to bring that forward for the long term. We've done an evaluation here with benchmarking and the kind of $1.5 to $1.6 million assessment rate, what we believe would be expected steady state number post restoration of the dams. And that this detail on the operational assessment is broken down in the report. Related to project costs, there is a requirement that we consider the project costs and get them established as a planning number. They are still estimates in a range. We have different levels of engineering complete. Seaport and Smallwood are in the process. The permits have been submitted and they'll go to public review very soon. And the other dams will be completed next year. But the estimated plan is $250 million. There's a section in here where we outline that. That was presented in April. We have a fair amount of detail, documentation on design review. It's on our website. We have webinars with the engineers to review their alternatives and structure. And so, and then Eagle is actually having an event later this evening reviewing how they're going to manage it on a webinar. So there's good oversight. The confidence number ranges between $230 million and $270 million. We have a strong team, a world-class firm with CBI, third party reviewed by AECOM and many others, and obviously the Eagle and other engagements with other federal agencies to do this. As I mentioned, it's a legal requirement to establish an approved plan number so we can move forward. It can change. Obviously, we get the bidding, but we feel we have a confidence number between $230 and $270 million to get up in a $60 million roughly assessment if that 250 is approved. In the back of your book and on the website and published, we've updated the spread of operations operations and capital assessments. I think you've heard most of those numbers during public comment, because there's testimony that they're visible out there. But in the operational assessments, the waterfront ranges from 130 to 265, backlog from 65 to 130. As we go forward, 90% of the lots would be under a $500 capital assessment. If this $600 number was the one that we landed on in that range. And so while we're not approving the capital assessment, that would happen in the 24-25 period. We need to get a project number because we have this $200 million that we have to spend on this project to move forward now. So with that, that's the kind of summary of the cost, and I'll turn it over to Ron on the assessment timeline and processes we use to establish that assessment.
Good afternoon, Board. I'm Hanson, professional engineer and surveyor. I work with the Spicy Group, and I've been assisting the Four Lakes on this project. I want to spend some time to talk about the timeline and process, the special assessment methodology, public input, and the process of updating the role. I can say that both through the years where I've assisted counties and a number of counties with lakes and drains and administering special assessment roles, this process has been, on the Four Lakes, has been above and beyond anything that I've ever experienced in terms of the amount of effort Four Lakes has put into trying to communicate this role and trying to get the best product out there as possible. There is a timeline in your packet, and I would say in 2021, last year, the Four Lakes Task Force compiled a group of experts and advisors and started the process of updating the special assessment methodology. And that special assessment methodology was shared with the public during a webinar in December of 2021, along with Four Lakes Task Force board meeting. And after that special assessment methodology was shared in 2021, a interactive map and interactive website, along with phone numbers and ability for property owners to contact the Four Lakes Task Force with questions and comments, was provided online, and that came online in January. Also, in January, there were notices mailed out with frequently asked questions and facts, and notifying people that we were going to hold what we call preliminary days of reviews. And this is where people could come in and meet one-on-one with staff and review their property and provide comments. And then 4 of these preliminary day of reviews were conducted. There was